All right, you're welcome back. It's time for us, welcome back from the break. And just before we went for the break, we were having conversations about the EC, the provisional register having been fixed fully, according to what the EC said. And Loratu had given her thoughts on that. We're going to hear from Awo now. Awo.
Yeah, what I want to add to it, if they say they have fixed it, for the NDC and myself sitting here, it's a good thing.
Okay.
Because we just want a clean election. We don't want a case whereby I go and queue. By the time it's my turn, around 4:30, you are telling me my name is there. Where do I go and look for it? How do I vote? I just don't get a chance to vote. And people are just ready to vote this incompetent MPP out. People are just tired of the mess they've created. And so people just want, look, there are people, I have friends who, don't mind here, I have friends who've never voted before, but this time around, they say they are all coming to Ghana. Because you send a letter, you get out there, and it comes here, and it can't do anything for you, your family. And so people keep calling, and they are giving them pressures on all that. So if this thing is worth fixing, which I know they can do, when they say NDC is running about saying whatever, my brother, whatever we have said, hasn't the EC itself said that they accept that there are vulnerabilities with the register? Meaning what? Whatever we said is not a lie. Based on what? Did they sack or whatever, someone from the north? Based on what? Illegal transfers that he did. Yes. So you can't tell us that we were not right or whatever we're saying is because we want to talk. We don't have itchy truths. If we want to talk, we can buy airtime. Tell Ghanaians what. Look, our flag bearer hasn't slept. Yesterday, he was all over. 3 days ago.
But she says you're not campaigning. You're just chasing.
They just want to tickle themselves and laugh. And they know that we are working harder than them. Because whatever it is, we are in opposition. So we can't sit down and say that the ruling government should be running about.
Okay.
The wife of our former president, our flag bearer, has even built a maternity ward for her people. Look, we are doing a lot. The flag bearer is all over the place. And tomorrow, Thursday, he's coming back to Accra, the fourth phase of his visit to Accra. So if we have an extension of the MPP at the EC, it's a cause for trouble. It's a cause for worry. We have all this Bosman and Atua Hinen and the rest. But an extension of the MPP.
But we can see clearly from the televised
my brother, the IT thing is what we are talking about. So it's not the face of the people. Adukwe Mensah and
but you're referring to the individual. You're mentioning
yes,
names.
I'm telling you that the extension of MPP.
And they're saying that based on what we've been watching so
we
far,
have to be worried. Since they got there, that's when they themselves are telling us that we had trees and we have animals voting in 2016 for Nana Akufo-Addo to become president. When we not hear when Tete or whatever came telling us that 2016 register was bad, and based on that, we had trees and things voting because it's not NDC that won that election. So they are telling us invariably that we had trees, we had animals, monkeys, the elephants.
Okay, please wrap it up. Please wrap it up.
Please, were you not there, or you didn't hear that press conference?
You and I were not there.
You and I, you were there. You heard the So honestly, we can't just sit when we have extension of MPP there and be comfortable, believing that they will just give us this thing. Because whatever they have done so far means that they are in bed with the MPP and they just want to rig this election in favor of the MPP. And we can't sit down and watch it. So if we are calling for this, I don't want to get to my polling station like they did to my mother, an old lady. She went to Datu's B. They had to bring her to Ketka to come and vote. So please, when we are serious about this,
all right,
and we have seen it before.
Let's make progress. We are looking at the East Legon unfortunate accident. The police came out with a release yesterday detailing what it is that you're doing, and the various papers are carrying it, and all of that. Let me start with you, Awo, on this one.
It's
the father and mother of the driver have been arrested and are helping. We need to contextualize that because the child is a minor, the driver is a minor, the driver, we must therefore defer to the parents for the issue. So that's why they have been arrested, and I'm sure the investigations are ongoing. Your thoughts?
And I don't know where to start from. But you see, we are sitting here early morning. I'm sure Laura too woke up as early as 4. Some of us same. I'm sitting here with headache because I didn't have enough sleep. And in doing all this, we want to give our families a soft life, in quotes. We want to give them the best. Yeah. We want them to be comfortable. But you see, there should be a limit to everything. Why should I teach a minor how to drive? I remember when I was growing up, my father had a couple of cars, and I was even 18 then. But my father felt that I wasn't that, let me use the word, so they didn't want me to touch any car. So I had to force to learn driving by myself. When I started hitting his car now, then he asked the drivers to teach me how to drive.
Stubborn child.
I want to teach my children how to. I have 2 boys, they all know how to drive. But the first one, I always say he's not serious, so I wouldn't want him to touch cars. We got a license for the second one because I can say that he's someone who is focused.
Okay.
Or he doesn't joke with things. He takes everything serious.
Okay.
Unlike the senior one, it's not like, for him everything is play. He said, he will buy a car for his junior brother to be his driver, because he's the type who believes that, why should I buy a car and I'm the one driving? So why should you teach a 16-year-old boy to drive? It means that the boy even learns how to drive earlier than that. Possibly. Because if he can easily move a car from the house when you were sent, according to what we are hearing, there was a party, and I've seen some videos with some even journalists that I know who were there, some faces, known faces. So it means it was quite a big party. And if you want to send somebody on a day like that, would you send a minor, somebody who is not fit to pick a car, drive out?
Well, we don't know yet. If it is rumored that he was sent.
Okay, anyway.
We don't.
It's
we are waiting for the police to come out.
But for a party in the house, why
yes.
would a minor want to drive out? Anyway, like you said, it's alleged or it's a rumor. So, but I think the police are doing right. And we want highway, especially in residential areas. If there should be speed ramps along those areas, especially in residential areas, so to help with these speed limits and things. In this country, we always wait.
More speed ramps, because there actually were speed ramps. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe they didn't jump any of them.
The particular road he used has 1 speed ramp.
Okay.
But I think
it's not enough.
Well, based on what we saw, which is very unfortunate, but there's never been any accident on that road as far as I know. So the speed ramp seems to have served its purpose until this issue happened. But I think I want to read the police statement. Let me just read that so that our viewers have context for the latest update from the police. It was released yesterday, and the police update 1 on fatal East Legon accident. Parents of suspect driver arrested. Point 1. The Ghana Police Service has today, on 15th of October 2024, arrested suspects Bishop Elisha Salifu Amoako and Muha Amoako, parents of the suspect driver involved in the fatal accident that claimed 2 lives at East Legon on Saturday, 12 October 2024. 2. Investigations have so far established that on 12 October 2024, suspect driver Elrad Salifu Amoako, age 16, driving a Jaguar SUV vehicle with registration number, and it goes on there, with another occupant, rammed into a 4x4 Acura vehicle, also with registration number, and the registration number is there, driven by Joseph Aka with 4 other occupants at Mensa Wood Street at East Legon. Both cars caught fire and burnt beyond recognition. 3. The investigation further indicates that 3 of the 5 victims in the Acura vehicle during the accident were rescued, and the other 2 identified as Justine Agbenu and Mame Jomo, both 12 years of age, lost their lives. 2 of the rescued victims who sustained minor injuries were treated and discharged, while the 3rd is still on admission receiving medical attention. 4. The suspect driver with the other occupant in the Jaguar vehicle were also rescued and are currently on admission at the hospital. 5. The parents of the 16-year-old suspect driver, Bishop Elisha Salifu Amoako and Moha Amoako, are currently in custody assisting the investigation. 6. Meanwhile, a team from the Police Management Board, led by the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu Dampare, today, 15 October 2024, visited the bereaved family to commiserate with them and also visited the injured at the hospital. 7. The police would like to assure the public of a thorough investigation into the accident to bring closure to the affected family, as we continue to remember them in our prayers at this difficult time. It's signed by Grace Ansa Akrofi, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Director of Public Affairs. All right, let me come to you on this one.
That's a difficult one, and before I even go on, condolences to the bereaved family and
absolutely.
Speedy recovery to those in the hospital. I mean, I wasn't in Accra, but you know how news travels. I haven't been able to watch any of the videos because for me, anything that involves minors, I mean, for you to take care of your child till 12 years, and it's not like they got sick, it's not like nothing, they got bent.
Yeah.
And you know, we this is a wake-up call to all of us. These are things we take for granted every day in our lives. I bet if you move around this country, you have several 16, 15, 14-year-olds
who are driving
just because they haven't gotten into any issue, gotten into trouble. Everything is fine. But this is a wake-up call to all of us. Let's adhere to our rules. Let's adhere to our laws. There's a reason why a certain age is defined. There's a reason why puberty, even in Islam, if we want to go religious, for us, puberty is sometimes defined as 18 for girls and 17 for boys, or vice versa. You know, so there's a reason why there's childhood, there's adulthood, there's old age. And I mean, if God calls you back, you die. So you are born, you live. Let the children live their lives. Things happen. Look, I'm sure the parents don't even know. We can't even sit down to imagine what they are going through at this moment. It may be them. They may be caught up in this. But it could have happened to anyone. Let's all just be careful. Because if it's not right, it's not right. The Lord has a way of catching up with us. Life itself has a way of putting us in check. He may have been caught. The parents definitely are culpable because it's a minor. They are responsible for the child. If he was 18, he'll be facing it. And the only charge maybe would have been driving illegally. But now it's like a minor, you're not up to 18, and driving illegally. So all these things, but it comes to the parent. So for me, it's a wake-up call to all of us. The life lost, nobody even knew the contribution they were going to make to this country.
Of course. And we'll never know.
That's human resource lost. Even when someone is sick and they die, to think that these kids bent, it's something that it's difficult to comprehend. It's a sad situation, but it should be a wake-up call to all of us. Let's adhere to the laws. Let's adhere to the standards. Because look, the discretion of a 16-year-old or someone below 18 is obviously lower.
Much lower.
Much lower than someone 18.
Even though they think
above.
they know.
Exactly. You know.
As we all did.
And
as we all did. We thought we knew.
We've all done those things. You go and move the car. Those days it was handbrake. You release the handbrake. You go back. We were safe. We were not caught.
In my house, if you do that in my house, You look,
David,
every day you collect lashes.
David,
proper one.
That's if
Oh,
they
my
catch
father
you.
knows how to beat
That's
them.
if they catch you. Look, I had friends who put like blocks, mark the exact
The exact spot where the tie.
The few times
No, by that time you were not that young.
the few
At least,
times that
after
the few
18
times that
years.
they got caught is because they got into an accident or another parent.
Yeah.
And you know, these days,
Yeah.
when we were growing up, anybody adult in the society could call you to order.
Yes, call
now
you to
we
order.
made it so intrusive
Exclusive, yeah,
that
so.
we even find people who correct
Yeah,
our
our
children.
yeah.
Teachers find it difficult
To correct.
your child because they don't want you to come and create a scene
Yeah.
in their school.
Yeah.
So the best they will do is report it to you. You do what you
whatever
want
you
to do. All
Yeah.
these things are bordering on our morals, on our traditions,
Yeah.
on the things that we are losing
Yeah.
as a
Accepting.
society. We need to be
Condolences
each
to the
other's
families.
Yes.
keeper.
Yes.
But like I said, condolences to the family. This is something that should not happen to anybody.
Yeah.
But it has happened and we all must pick lessons from it.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, the authorities too, like we said, the ramps, especially in residential areas, we beg them.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be annoying,
Yeah.
the stiffness, but we need it.
Yeah.
Because people, the last time I just got down from a car in my junction, I wanted to buy wachi. And the speed with which a guy just moved his car.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So-
I wish I
But
could chew a
not to
stone at him.
cut you,
So I find it
even with the speed ramps, they are speeding over them and it's causing worse.
other
That's what I was
issues.
trying to ask. Maybe he
So-
jumped the
so-
speed ramp.
Yes.
So
No,
Let's
you just
all
jump
adhere
and
to the limits.
So-
you don't go above
When you're in the
50
residential area, what
kilometers
are
per
you-
hour.
So I
speeding
think
for.
Certain
that.
enclaves.
So I think that we need to begin to use our cameras. We need to begin to deploy speed cameras in our neighborhoods and start to jail people, arrest people for flouting the law. Because you see,
Simple.
if you go to somewhere, a city,
And now the
you
Road
go-
Safety Commission is now an
Road Safety
authority,
Authority, yeah.
has the authority to
to
do
deal
those
with this.
things,
Yes.
You see, if you go to certain cities around the world, which we like to go to, they don't have speed ramps.
No. But you
Yeah.
They
dare
use
not.
they use the
You dare
cameras
not.
So it
to
comes
catch
to
you, and
this-
My
everybody.
husband was always a victim.
Listen, you
because-
are driving with somebody. You are a passenger in somebody's car, and the person will go from 25 kilometers an hour to 20 kilometers an hour because the zone he's in, it says
You
21
can't-
is the
yes.
limit.
Yes.
So he will drop
David,
it.
even
I'm like, but you're already not driving fast, and you slow it down further.
even seat belts.
Yeah.
Even seat belts. It's even with these modern cars that the irritation of the alarm being
Yes,
that you're
yes.
not
Will
wearing
force you to
will
wear it.
force you to wear it.
Yeah.
But people hardly wear it, especially
We
when
don't
they sit
even
at
want.
the
They will
back.
tell you it's
yes,
uncomfortable.
okay, so the
Imbibing
back is
these
the
things.
issue. The back
We
is
need
a
to be
major
imbibing
problem.
these things. We
Even
need
the
to-
front, people hardly do
Rules
it.
are not made for the fun of
Listen.
it. Limits are not set for the fun of it. Because look, now most we are having mixed communities,
Yeah.
commercial and residential.
Yeah.
So places like East Legon and Co, you have like now Oxford.
It's heavily
Lagos
commercialized.
Avenue is
Yeah.
virtually
Yes.
commercial.
Yeah.
You know, but it's supposed to be
Yeah.
originally
Residential
a
area.
residential enclave.
Yeah.
Speed limits are there, speed ramps.
So
are
for
there.
me, sometimes I
So we
enjoy
need to adhere
traffic.
to
The
some of
reason
these
being
things.
because
Nobody's
of some
gonna
of
go
this.
fast.
That is it. So
Nobody's gonna
sometimes I
drive
just
fast.
say the traffic is even better.
When you drive
So don't
after
cry.
10, after midnight in this city,
Yeah.
the way people
You will be
race.
shocked. And they will tell you
sometimes wake
about
up in the
armed
morning
robbers.
And you hear that
You
there
see.
has been an accident, there has been a crash, and you are wondering because you probably passed there and you
Yeah.
saw what was happening
Yeah.
there.
But you see, most of these things, because we don't record them or we don't hear them, a lot of them, because I remember friends of my children who just completed Legon, 4 of them just died in an accident like that. They were racing. This one would drive past this one would
That's a
drive
hard
just
one.
past this.
Yeah.
And to take care of
And
your child till
So,
university.
so I just told them, he was like, Mommy, you buy the car. I said, maybe God knows why I've not bought car. Maybe it would have been the one. No, sometimes when you hear some of these things, you just thank God for
Scary.
something you don't even
Scary.
have.
It's scary.
Because
We
he will tell
need
you
to
money is a
learn the
necessity. I
lessons.
say, yes, I know. But God knows why I don't have a car. Maybe you would have killed
It can
yourself by now.
happen to
It can happen to
anybody.
anybody. And so
We
some
just
of
need
these
to learn
things,
the
when I
lessons.
hear them, and because I have them at home, I have boys and girls at home, I'm like, God, I thank you. But these families, what are they going to? Maybe these
Yeah.
people are breadwinners.
Yeah.
And because of that, like we even said earlier, they might do something great for the nation, and they are just gone. And we have lost that human resource at that particular time. Families have lost people that could have been backbone.
You never get over the death of a family.
Oh no.
Never.
Look, my father was 81. Up till now I cry.
You're still feeling it.
I still, because of when there is a vacuum created that he could have filled it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
if he was here.
if my dad was here,
lived with him all your life.
Let me just say a big thank you, ladies, for coming through. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Condolences to the families.
Yes, and again, once again, want to say condolences, and we commiserate as a station with the family of the departed souls, those two young 12-year-olds who unfortunately lost their lives. I want to say a big thank you also to you for watching this segment of the show. We have more coming up in the show, some more music. You want to enjoy that. I want to say a big thank you to my guest, Laura too, Musa Saka, she speaks for the MPP, and Awo Kikeli Adubia, who speaks for the NDC. We'll be right back to enjoy some music and some more confirmations after this show.